Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Monica speaking. Kekezo Nyama. Welcome to Simple Talks with Keke. Today, my guest, I've got a wonderful guest with me here. He is very talented, and his name is Mr. Benjamin Nkosi. He will introduce himself to you guys. Over to you, Mr. Nkosi.
Cool, thanks. I am Benjamin Nkosi, currently employed by the Department of Infrastructure within the Western Cape Provincial Government. I'm employed as a director responsible for strategic management support. We also do operations management in terms of the portfolio. Basically what we do in terms of that, it's to put together the strategic plan for the department, the annual performance plan for the department. Before that, I was with the Department of Human Settlements, where the portfolio was even much more loaded than that one, because over and above what I just said, development of strategic plan, development of APP, we also put together the annual report. We were also responsible for evaluating the performance of each programs within the department, literally meaning we were responsible for the monitoring and reporting of performance information. So that was the portfolio. We were also responsible for the information and knowledge management portfolio of the department within the then Human Settlement Department of the provincial government. I have been in government for quite some time now, because before coming to the Western Cape provincial government, I was with the municipality city of Tshwane in the municipal manager's office. As a manager, was responsible for monitoring the performance of the organization, dealing with the issues of your budgets in relation to the service delivery budget implementation plan against what various departments would have set as their areas of performance. So that was my job. But before the city of Tshwane, I was with the national department, the then Department of Provincial and Local Government, currently COCTA, as a deputy director responsible for capacity building and systems. So I have been to all spheres of government, national, provincial, and municipality. That experience accumulated over that period of time has put me in a good stead to say I understand the processes in government from a process, from a legislative point of view, but also from a systems point of view. It is an experience that has carried me thus far, and it is applicable in my current work and related matters. But again, just to give a complete picture, there are other things that one is doing. Within the very same department, I was a presiding officer to a number of I will call it instruments for governance. One, it was the ICT steering committee that I presided over. The second one was the knowledge management steering committee that I presided over. And over and above that, I also presided over the IMLC, which is a structure that seeks to harmonize the relationships between organized labor and management. Those were the kind of things that one was doing outside your normal assigned work as per the performance agreement that we signed. That's Benjamin.
Wow, 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 wow. You can even write a book, Mr. Benjamin. You are very much experienced and knowledgeable, especially in the government sector. Because most in the government sector, they think people are not working, and you show that we are working and we are proactive. So it's good to hear from that. So we know now who is Mr. Benjamin Nkosi. So where were you born? Where do you come from?
Originally, the great grandparents are from Swaziland. The grandparents migrated from Swaziland, found themselves in the borders of the country, So my mother were born within the borders of this country. So I was born in here, originally to what currently is called Mpumalanga. So I'm from that part of the country, from Mpumalanga. Then I went to various provinces in terms of schooling. I went to Limpopo, I went to the Gauteng. And my first degree was from a university in Limpopo. The other qualifications I got from universities in Gauteng, Pretoria to be precise. And I did some other also school work with the University of Wits, the University in Witwatersrand they call it. And yeah, and then I had to find myself, because my first employment was also in Gauteng as an admin officer with the Department of Local Government. So I cut my experience from the local government sector. So I was with them for almost 9 years, then I established myself in Gauteng. So I see Gauteng as my home base now, because that's where my primary area of residence is. It is in Gauteng. So if you ask me, I would say I come from Gauteng. But if you want the origination, that becomes Mpumalanga. So I crisscrossed the country because I'm now finding myself in the Western Cape and as a Western Cape resident as well. So I am from Mpumalanga originally, but in terms of me having to settle, in terms of adulthood, I find myself in Gauteng. Primary area of residence is in Gauteng. That's where I stay.
So how do you find Western Cape?
Look, it has got its own good side, but also you find the sides where you say, when you compare with other provinces, then you say, okay, maybe here we can do better. But again, each and every province has got its own competitive edge. Western Cape, cool, good. You still see opportunities. You still see mixing well with people and dealing with that, providing that kind of services that you need to provide, the space. But I'm not saying you won't find those kind of issues. You find them. The difference might just be when you're looking at a specific aspect of life, then you think these other provinces would do. If you were to compare Gauteng and Western Cape, I think Western Cape will beat Gauteng in terms of issues that will be tourist attraction. Because of the features and whatever the landscape that you have in your Western Cape, you may not necessarily have those in Gauteng. That will make Gauteng, exactly, and the sea as well. That will make Western Cape better. And that's my view. You depending on what you'll be looking for, a province will be different from the others. So a comparative analysis will not necessarily give you an accurate picture up until you say comparing that to this. Then it becomes another issue.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very glad for what you said right now.
Sure.
Especially for the portfolio that you are doing here, the contribution that you are doing for the Western Cape government. It's very impressive. I must say, you were born a leader. You are a leader. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. So to our viewers, if you need, you are going to interact with us. If you need more questions or more information, you can just subscribe to our channel. You must like our channel. You must share. And you can ask your questions, then we are going to answer. We're going to get back to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Nkosi, for this, for your time.
No, we take pride in this kind of work that you colleagues are doing, because so much happens behind the scenes and no one speaks about these things. It is platforms like this where you unearth what is happening outside and engage with the populace out there, that you start to expand your knowledge. And we appreciate efforts like this, and thank you very much for going that extra mile. Thank you very much for putting your staff so that we don't retract or track on whatever we are doing. We appreciate that. Your work is really appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.